I have got a sweetie known as Susie. In the words of Shakespeare, she's a wow. Though all of you may know her too, I'd like to shout right now. If you knew Susie like I know Susie, oh, what a girl. There's none so classy as this fair lassie. Oh, my goodness, what a chassis. I had a mustache as cute as a pup. Susie kissed me, and she burned the darn thing up. If you knew Susie like I know Susie, oh, what a girl.
This is where Grandpa used to work. Would you like to go backstage?
Yes, can I play here too?
Sure. Hey, Mickey, you in the house?
Who wants to know?
It's Bob Ross. Can I send my daughter backstage?
Sure, send her back.
All right, go ahead. Show her the costume room. She'd love to see his old trunk. It's tough when you're famous one minute and then cleaning toilets the next. Well, that's shoe business. One of my dad's jokes. Shoe business, show business. Okay. You see, he hadn't worked in the theater in over 10 years, but he never left center stage. He always had a song, a trick, a story. Why, he could hoof his way through in a stair routine, finish with a comedy version of Hamlet, and then do Juliet's balcony scene. That is, if the audience howled with laughter and wouldn't let him off the stage. But after his fall from top billing, he buried himself in an old stage trunk that he kept in the hall closet. He always spoke about updating his routine, but he was pure corn and slapstick, only he didn't know it. He stole material from the best of Milton Berle, Sid Caesar. He rehearsed their gags while shoveling coal into the boiler. Yeah, he worried a lot about the coal bill, but he never gave up the dream. So, each Tuesday, without fail, he would dress in his best suit and drive the family's silver Buick downtown Chicago. His first stop was always the William Morris Agency, and their first reply was,
Don't call us, Tommy. We'll call you.
Of course, a few lesser-known agents lined the hall, and they could be counted on for a roadshow or burlesque. Actors waiting for jobs gathered downstairs at Maxie's Kosher Deli. They trade jokes, brag about their last stage play. My dad considered himself a professional, a legitimate actor trained by that Russian noted director Sasha Itkin. But for those who really knew him, Tommy Ross was a comedian with an elastic face, the fastest moving target on the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Silver Cloud is proud to present that sexy, that delicious, that tantalizing queen of the night, Miss Sally Rand! Oh, Sally.
Yes, Tommy?
I went to see my doctor today.
Did you have it before?
Oh, yeah, did I ever? Oh, Mama.
Well, obviously you've got it again. Stick out your tongue. Oh, now be a good boy. Anyone I know? Oh, now cut that out. Tommy, I got some bad news.
Oh, no.
You're gonna need an operation.
An operation?
Yeah.
Will I be able to play the fiddle afterwards?
Why, of course.
That's funny. I never could before.
Dad was her top banana. He opened her show 7 nights a week. Queen of the fan dance, Sally Rand. Well, it wasn't Shakespeare, but it was a job. The mood of the times was changing. Agents called less and less. We didn't worry if we heard that old horn, but when it stopped, Mom would lean against the basement door and wait. I was living at home that year, going to night school, trying to write the great American novel. I was also working part-time as a garage mechanic, cleaning cars and parking. Mom asked me to find him a job. My boss remembered Dad from his days with Sally. He gave him a broom and a uniform and told him to keep the bathrooms clean and the prostitutes out of the building. But after a while...
Jesus Christ, Bob, your dad's doing comedy routines in the John. Tell him to stop or he's finished.
Tommy, it's 11.
I know what time it is.
Got to pick up all of them.
Who says?
That's always been the rule. All right, on it.
Hurry up, will you?
Wait, I want to see what you threw away, Mom.
Take your time, honey.
There, Jim, I got you. Tommy, your lunch is on top of the refrigerator. Bob, one more game. I'll give you a chance to get even.
Fine by me.
Mother, remember this one? This guy's down to his last dime, see? He bets an eye. He bets an ear.
You forgot the nose.
Oh, wise guy. What's the difference between a pessimist and an optimist?
A pessimist is a guy who thinks all women are wicked. An optimist is one who hopes they are. You told that one last week.
What a delivery, a born actor! And he lights up the room just by leaving. I'm out.
Still a funny man.
Yeah, says you. One more card, Mom.
Bob's been working in the pit so long he don't know funny from funny.
Hey, it's honest work.
You mean it's dirty work?
Are we discussing auto mechanics or playing cards?
Your future's not in cards.
No, I know that. I've got expenses to pay.
You're to finish school and then head for the big time.
Yeah, the big time.
I told you before you can't do that. Once you lay down, that's it.
No, I was picking up, not laying down.
See, now you've got me mixed up. My horoscope warned me.
Ma, just play cards.
Look, my hands are swelling, my rings changing color. Like I was saying. Oh, good. I can use that. I checked your horoscopes this morning. Your father's star is on the rise.
He's doing fine where he is.
Sure he is, but he won't be doing that forever. Next 6 months are very favorable. Aries men, babies of the universe, you know. That's why your dad looks so young. Tommy, don't forget, speak to the boss about the money. Mark my words, Bob, the stars never lie.
Yeah. Any beer left?
Help yourself. Open one for me.
Ma, I caught you. Now, stop that. Dad, you want a beer?
He's on his way to work, no booze.
Tonight's the night, son.
Why, what's up?
I hit him up for the raise.
All right, just keep it simple. Don't brag about show business and no corny jokes.
Great. It's bad enough. Your mother tells me what to do. Now you gotta write my material for me? Isn't it time you got an apartment of your own?
Shut up, the boy's paying rent. Why should he give his money to strangers?
All right, how's this? Oh, please, bossy, please give me money. Please give me.
Stop joking. We reverse. Now do it for me before you leave the house.
Enough already. I'll get the money.
You know, if I had my own garage, Dad, we could work together.
Yeah, then I'll be asking you for a raise.
No, we'd be partners, split 50-50.
Yeah, 50-50 and none.
No, you cover the front desk, you take calls, no dirty work. What do you say?
My son, the writer. And now the entrepreneur.
You know, I could talk to the boss. He'd rent space downstairs.
What a great kid. Me, work in a garage. Now there's a theater I ain't never opened before. I could grease up and do Al Jolson. I walked 1,000,000 miles for one of your smiles, my mammy.
Come here, give us a hug.
Come here, you.
The stars don't lie, Tommy. Better times ahead. I feel it in my bones.
Where? In your kneecap?
Yes, there too. All over my body. I believe in my body. It's never failed me. Once I get this precious feeling, it's like...
Ma, shut up and play cards.
Lettuce like what, Mother?
I just know it's coming. Don't ask me how I know. I just
That was beautiful, Eleanor. How about you and me teaming up? Psychic Revelations by Eleanor and Ross.
Don't think I haven't thought about it. If I wanted to do that, I could. But these powers I have come from God and the stars, and I won't sell what comes from God. All right, laugh, but wait and see.
Sure, like God needs the money.
Ma, you really believe in that stuff?
Yes, it's never failed me.
Christ, you're Catholic. It's against the faith.
It's just for fun, like bingo and cards. Well, everyone needs a boost, even you. I predicted you'd get into school, didn't I?
Yeah, they take my money just like you do.
You've got talent. I can tell with that mouth.
Prepare yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. A pretty boy is like a melody. What all the well-dressed vertical engineers are wearing this year.
Remember to ask for the raise.
Yes, master.
Aha! Gin!
Oh, Mr. Gallagher.
No.
Oh, come on, Bear Bobby, just for me.
Oh, Mr. Sheen!
You're the funniest man that I have ever seen. And with oil in your hair, you could pass for him, I swear.
Valentino, Mr. Gallagher?
Boris Karloff, Mr. Sheen. Wah, 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 wah,
Yeah, all right, Dad, you're gonna be late.
Oh, late? Did I hear the young man in the first row say late?
Ask for the raise.
Oh, the beautiful Eleanor, her hair flapping in the breeze, chides me to work, to work, to work, to work, she chides. Hair flapping in the breeze, she blows me a kiss. Wow. Ah.
I put out the garbage.
Goodbye.
With Dad out of the house, Mom and I played cards till midnight. She was happy to have my company on the long nights without Tommy. Our ritual lasted until the beer was gone or until Mom insisted that Dad's job just wasn't good enough for him. Hello? Libby's Three Great Furniture Stores.
Cut that out.
No, I'm sorry, it's a family joke. Who's calling? Yeah, sure, I know who you are, but yeah, my dad's not home. No, he's got a steady job downtown. Yeah, sure, I'll tell him you called.
So, this job you got your dad, what's his title?
Night watchman.
I thought you said he was a vertical engineer.
It's a job. He takes out the garbage, runs the elevator.
I hope that's all he does. Your father won't sweep floors, you know.
Mom never forgot Dad's success in the theater.
He doesn't mop floors, does he? He'd never stand for it, you know. You did say he runs the elevators. Uniform is a nice touch, isn't it, Bob? Does he stand at the front door sometimes?
She always rallied behind him and his good reviews, but her memory didn't include the nights he came home, slipped into the basement, and cried. A show would close, he'd be out of work and not likely to find a job for several months. She was in love with his dream, but wanted his affair with the theater buried once and for all. And it might have been, except
Bob, who called?
Nate Bornstein.
The agent? What did he want?
He wants Dad to work. He needs a clown to open a shopping mall. Oh, wow! One of your predictions came true!
Shut up and let me think. Why, after all these years, does he call your father? Why now, just when we're getting ahead?
You're taking Bornstein's call too serious. Dad is never going to hear about the call.
Why didn't you give me the phone?
I told him Dad was working.
Well, you stick with that story. And if that agent calls again, I'll talk to him.
There. It's fixed. He's not going to know about the call. I'm not going to tell him, and neither are you.
Are we sure?
Yes. It's for his own good. Someone has to protect him. The boss won't keep him.
What?
He told me so tonight. God, why can't Dad just be normal like the rest of the guys? Why does he have to be so goddamn special? special all the time, always telling show business stories like he was big time or something.
Go on, what else?
Someone caught him in the men's room doing the army routine with his pants on backwards.
Who?
I don't know, just some guy at work.
Anything else you haven't told me?
No, just the men's room stuff. You see, the cleaning man, Charlie, was cleaning out the toilets. I mean, Dad had him in stitches. It's no big deal, it's only Charlie. But if the boss catches on, you see what I mean?
Yes, of course you're right. And you're sure no one else saw him?
No, just Charlie.
Oh, he's got to keep this job. I can't go back to the way we lived before, waiting for the phone to ring, hoping for 2, maybe 3 weeks of work, listening to your father beg the agents.
Then stop pumping him.
He needs a good push. Someone on his side who remembers the way he used to be.
That was over 10 years ago. You know, your stargazing hasn't changed anything. Besides, he wasn't a big name, Mom.
He was a headliner. The papers carried stories about him. Here, look at the entertainment pages of the Chicago Tribune. Here's your dad going into the Palmolive building. He did the WBBM show that year. Fans all over the state called in to speak with him. And here, with Sophie Tucker and George Rapp at the Chez Paris. Oh, I like this photo. He's so handsome in a tuxedo. There's Tommy Dorsey on stage with your father. I was there. Here's Dorsey's autograph and Tommy's playbill from the Chicago Theater.
Like I said, Ma, that was a long time ago. He doesn't need magic. Talking that way to him, it's wrong.
It's not magic, just a little hope, something to hang on to, something to keep him going, so he doesn't feel so bad walking around in that vertical engineer monkey suit.
For Christ's sakes, Ma, I'm working, I'm home. You don't have to worry.
Sure, you're home now, but for how long? Do you know where your father goes on Tuesday afternoons?
No?
He still goes downtown to see the agents. Talks to them like they're old friends. They're nothing but scum, a lot of them. Looking cheap, sick acts into burlesque guns. Cheating the acts out of their money.
Well, if you know that, then why do you keep pumping him?
I encourage him to do better. To rise above his falling star.
Well, you know, it's too late for that. He's got a good job, steady income. Stop feeding him that mush.
What about your own dreams?
Ooh, any predictions there?
Yes. You've got your father's talent for imagination. You'll be a writer. You'll be more than that. The world is waiting for your stories.
Yeah, sure. The world is waiting for me. So saith psychic Eleanor Ross.
Stop watching over your father, Mom. He's a grown man, not a child.
Why? That's all you ever do.
And if I didn't, if I wasn't here, just take care of yourself, Mom. Look at you, stuck with us. I don't even know who your friends are. You never bring anyone home. All you do is work and write. What kind of life is that for a young man? Get out while you can. Where are you going now?
You know.
Is it a happy story?
It's hard to explain. Mostly, it's about people who live together but are strangers.
Like your father. He's a stranger, always dreaming he's someone else in some other place.
We're all strangers, Mom. We think we know one another, we've lived together all our lives, but there's a large part of us that hides what we really are or how we feel. Dad's different. He doesn't hide how he feels, he talks about it all the time. I suppose it makes him feel better.
Look at us, talking like old people about life and what it does to you. Promise me,
What?
don't mention Nate Bornstein's call.
Sure. Whatever you say.
Night, son.
I'd watch her disappear into the dark. She always cracked the door so she could hear me in the house. She was afraid of the silence. She told me once that the sound of my typewriter was comforting. I knew what she meant. She was lonely. She wanted to talk about Dad, but I didn't understand him. Hell, I didn't really know him. You know, not the way a son knows a father. I wanted to be his son, not part of the audience. She didn't mind being treated like a fan. Her way of, I guess, staying close to him. But I sure as hell was not in line waiting for his jokes and his old show business stories. Our talks about Dad, though, always ended abruptly. I suppose she thought I had magic to settle her fears. Very often she'd come to my door and linger, looking for me, perhaps. She'd start to say something and change her mind. If she was speaking to me, I didn't answer. She couldn't reach me the same way she couldn't reach Dad, with her pleading and attempts to keep him pinned to the house with pointless tasks. There were times, though, he treated her with affection, but more often there was a kind of icy silence, except when cards were on the table or he had a new joke that needed an audience. I'd write long into the night and stretch out to stare at the stars, my field of midnight daisies. You know, for all the coal that he shoveled into that boiler, the heat never made it up here. For a long night of writing and trying to keep warm, part of me stayed awake, listening for his return. Dad? That you?
Go to sleep.
The attic's cold.
What are you doing out here?
Waiting for you?
Are you warm enough?
Yes.
How late did the game go?
Not too late.
Who won?
I did.
You've got an edge.
What's that?
His mother, the psychic. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Dad, you turn the heat up?
Yeah, if you need more, you'll have to go downstairs and feed the boiler.
Did you talk to the boss about the raise?
Oh, the raise! I guess I forgot.
What do you mean you forgot?
Something happened. That elevator got stuck again.
Anyone in it?
Yeah, some drunk and some rod. They were screaming to get out. I had to force the doors open with a crowbar.
Why don't you let Bob try to get you transferred downstairs to the garage with him? He could keep an eye on you.
I don't need babysitting.
Just suggesting you stay close to Bob so that if anything goes wrong, he's close
I
and can help.
don't need a caretaker.
It's just a thought. The coal bill came.
I'll look at it tomorrow.
It is tomorrow, honey.
You know what I mean. How much?
Came to about $200.
$200? All they did was truck it in.
Bob will help.
What, shovel the coal or pay the bill?
He is helping.
How? He must give the money to you. I never see it.
Yes, every month.
Well, why doesn't he give it to me? That's the way things ought to be.
Guess he wants to spare you.
Oh, jeez. Spare my feelings. I suppose the two of you have it all worked out. Oh, tiptoe around the old man. Plan number 10. Poor fool can't find a job. Poor fool can't keep one.
I don't want the boy to hear.
Whatever you do, don't do anything to upset the old man. Is that it?
Did you talk to the boss about the raise or didn't you?
Listen to this out.
Appearing at the Silver Cloud, Lenny Bruce is here, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Lenny Bruce, featuring the Art Van Damme Jazz Quintet with vocalist Jenny Williams, that dynamic little lady with stars in her eyes at the piano bar between shows. Lenny Bruce, live in the Bongo Room at the Silver Cloud, tonight and every night.
Gee, honey, they're plugging the cloud.
You talked to the boss, didn't you? What did he say about the money?
I did not ask for the money.
Why not? It's yours. It's coming to you.
Doesn't matter, Eleanor.
But we rehearsed it over and over so you get it right.
Shh, the silver cloud. He's plugging the silver cloud.
Did you hear me?
We're doing okay. I've got everything under control. Honey, the boss is very, very impressed with me. Why, just the other day, he told me a joke. It's a corker, too. This guy goes all the way up to the top of the Empire State Building, see? And he pulls out a cigarette. And he asks the guard if he can smoke. And the guard says, "No cards on this deck." No. The guard says, "No smoking on, damn it, I had the punchline just a minute ago."
And now to our nightly news and weather update.
I don't care about the joke. I want to know why you didn't ask for the money. I told Bob your raise was coming. He should save his paycheck.
Because I'll get a job. I'll get a better job. Remember the cloud, honey? Remember Big Bertha?
What happened tonight?
I never got a chance to ask for the money. Right after I got the folks out of the elevator, he fired me.
Oh, Tommy.
Ellie, something will come up. I'll go back into showbiz.
Stop joking with me.
You know that Big Bertha was the first big mama to work the Silver Cloud? Before that, they only booked her into Indian reservations.
That joke is not funny.
That's a Lenny Bruce joke. Are you kidding me? Ah. All right, what's going on? Out with it.
It's about the money, Tom. You still visit the agents, don't you?
Yes, I do. Every Tuesday afternoon. You know that.
Same old crowd, out-of-work actors. It's always the same. On top today, gone tomorrow. Have you heard any good jokes lately?
Are you finished, Ellie? I'm trying to listen. Christ, you know I listen every night.
We've bills to pay. You've got to keep your job.
Why?
Because we're living off of our son's earnings. It's wrong. He's young. He's got dreams.
Hey, I've got dreams too.
He's your son. He has a right to a life of his own, not stuck with an aging has-been.
I'm not keeping him here.
How's he going to move on if he's taking care of you and me?
He got me one job, one lousy job. Did he put you up to this?
No!
Then what's this all about?
Money. We needed that raise. It's coming to us. Now there's nothing. Not even your job. Bob told me. He warned me.
Don't give me that old routine about what he knows. He's a grease monkey trying to be a writer.
Bob's a mechanic.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
He takes care of me.
God help him if you don't.
I can depend on him.
Don't compare him to me. Did he buy you this house? No. He lives upstairs in the attic. 3 crummy rooms looking over the garbage dumpsters. I bought you this house. I never asked you to work. All I did for you, I did for Bob. Look at this scrapbook, baby. Tommy Ross knocks him dead. Madcap, zany comic, now in his 10th week. Unpredictable, zany, funny man, now in his 6th month, soon to open the Paramount Theater.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Silver Cloud is proud to present that funny man of comedy, Tommy
You know Tommy like I know Tommy. Oh, what a guy. There's nothing so classy as this fair lassie. Wait a minute. Stop the music. This fair lassie. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How about a big hand for this orchestra? That's enough. All right, now where's the audience? Oh, I see ya hiding out there. You'll be sorry. Lock the doors. Don't let anyone out. You know, folks, I was offered $50 to throw this show, but I'm doing it for nothing. Seriously, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a happy man. Money don't mean that much to me. I have enough to live comfortably for the rest of my life, providing I die tomorrow. No, but I'm a happy man. I love show business. You know, I was born on stage during a performance. I sure was. Boy, it was embarrassing for my mother. She didn't know what to do for an encore. But in spite of all that, I'm a happy man. I'm a very happy man. And the drummer in our band, ladies and gentlemen, is a happy man too. Why, just today he received a wire that he is the proud father of an 8-pound baby boy. Won't his wife be surprised? Oh, but I kid these guys, they're a wonderful orchestra. Did you know this orchestra can play music in any key except the key that it's written in? I keep telling you fellas, follow the music, don't chase it around the stage. And now, maestro, my note, if you please. Lassie, go home! Lassie, go home! You know, if you folks like that, you should really check at the door and have your head examined. But seriously, ladies and gentlemen, lady, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing out there? Do you think all these other people are wrong? Manager, this lady is bothering me by laughing. No, I kid, I love that lady. I love all women. I love my mother-in-law. I sure do. You know what a mother-in-law is, right? It's a Gestapo in bloomers. But I really love my mother-in-law. I worship the ground that's coming to her. I went to my mother-in-law's house for dinner. It was a 7-course dinner. Hot tongue and cold shoulder. Hey, did you hear the one about the Sunday school teacher who chased her boyfriend all around the church and finally caught him by the organ? I actually saw a clown giving a nun a piggyback ride. It was virgin on the ridiculous. You know, a recent survey on cigarettes found that 90% of the men who try Camel still prefer women. Did you hear the one about the milkman who's always a little behind on the 3rd floor? No, that's not right, ladies and gentlemen. Did you hear the one about the milkman who's always late on the 3rd floor because he got a little behind on the 2nd? Or then there was the old maid who found a tramp under her bed. And her stomach was on the bum all the rest of the night. Good night, Chicago. We love you.
That was a long time ago.
He didn't give me a chance. Believe me, Ellie. I was going to ask for the raise, just like we planned. The elevator got stuck. This woman screaming bloody murder in there. I didn't know if she was being raped. I forced the door open with a crowbar. He said I broke his elevator. That's why he fired me down. That's right, I couldn't remember the line.
It's okay. Bob will help.
No, don't tell him.
Why not?
I don't want him to know.
He's got a right to know. You want to hear from the boss?
I'll tell him myself.
When?
How should I know when I'm ready?
He has a right to know that his father's in trouble. What if they fire your son? Will that make him happy?
I don't know an explanation.
He supports us.
Like hell he
Shut
does.
up.
Do you remember who I was before your son got me a lousy job cleaning toilets? I don't have to answer to him. I don't have to answer to anybody. The agents owe me plenty. I remember Bornstein begging.
Tommy, baby, I got nobody to bring out the strippers. You're the only one. Come on, just one more time.
So, you're going to work the strip clubs again. Tell vulgar jokes. Bring out naked women. How do they do this?
No.
If you knew Tommy,
No, Ellie,
well,
not you.
I know
Not you.
Tommy.
Ellie, please, no, stop!
Lying. I can't stand the lies, Tommy.
I didn't do anything wrong, Ellie. The elevator got stuck, Ellie. I had to get the people out, Ellie.
Tommy told me about you.
Eleanor, I swear.
And Tommy, your son found you a job. Bobby. Bobby.
What is going on?
He's been fired.
What?
The elevator's stuck.
Helen, go on. Tell your dad what you told me about the stuff in the bathroom.
Dad, I'm sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
Oh, don't listen to your mother. She's not herself.
Don't talk about me like I'm not in the room. I'm here. I'm me. Nobody knows who you are. Not anymore. Not anymore.
Wait. Dad!
Oh, Christ! Cole, come back in.
Leave me alone. What did you tell her?
I just told her about you and Charlie in the men's room.
Yeah, what did Charlie say?
He said you were great.
Is that right? He liked the joke? I did the army routine, remember?
Yeah, he said you were funny. Really funny. He promised he wouldn't say anything about it to the boss.
He was shooting craps when I came in.
Yeah, but he's been there for 20 years, Dad.
They ought to fire Charlie. Every night he leaves the building with his pockets stuffed with toilet paper and ashtrays. All I did was tell a few corny jokes.
I'll talk to the boss. He'll take you back.
No, he won't. I told him I didn't need his crummy job. I told him he was a krauthead and I gave him the finger. Boy, was he mad. Oh, he thinks he's doing me some big favor, checking the broads and the drunks in and out of the joint all night long. He's lucky I don't call the cops on his lousy building.
Yeah, well, you could do that, and then I'd get the sack. One of us has to keep a job. What are you gonna do now?
Well, I sure as hell ain't no elevator man. I'll call the agents, they'll dig something up, they owe me, I'll pick up work.
The strip clubs.
What else?
You go back there, you're better than that.
Better than what?
Better than those joints.
So, what do you see me doing? Oh, how about your idea to be a hot dog vendor? Yeah, you could build me a motorized hot dog cart. Oh, or maybe you see a man selling shoes. Yeah, decked out in some crummy suit and tie, selling floor shines.
Well, I could see that, sure.
And when they ask me for experience, what do I tell them?
You lie. You could go to school. You could learn a trade like I did.
Tommy starts to tap dance.
Do you remember that time step I taught you?
What does that got to do with anything?
Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Then do it!
Are you crazy? No, it's freezing out here. I hate singing and dancing every time Mom asks.
Ah, but your mom loves it so.
I don't care. I'm too old for that stuff. When I was a kid, sure, but not now.
Well, you could learn to love it. You could learn to love tap dancing. Go to night school. Study tap dancing. It's a great sport. Stop writing. Start living someone else's dreams. Bob, it's a job. 10 minutes of comedy, bring on the girls.
But that's what they come for. Not to see you, but to see the women take off their clothes. Last time, they threw a chair at you.
A brass rail. You were there.
Yeah? My buddies made me take them. They had some crazy idea you'd set them up with the strippers. They thought you were making it every night with the ladies.
Never. I never cheated on your mother. Hey! Do you believe me?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes I thought...
Well, you thought wrong. I took those jobs because there was nothing else available. When I was on top, when I was the big time, I didn't work with any scum. The agents called me all the time. God, remember the Lincoln Theater? You graduated. You brought your whole class to see me.
Yeah, you were great, Dad.
Well, I'm still good. These past 10 years, I haven't been sitting back thinking about how to be a better elevator man. No, I've been rehearsing, planning. Your dad hasn't been making a mockery of the rest of his life. I've been making plans, rehearsing how things are gonna be.
Right, Christ, it's bloody cold.
It's
Come
timing,
in.
son. It's all in a man's timing.
For one zany moment, I almost told him about Bornstein's call.
I feel something good coming my way.
Oh, like the time you skipped to Vegas and picked up a show going to Cuba?
No, this is different.
And you were gone for a year.
I sent money, didn't I? And I was a big hit in Cuba.
Yeah, you never failed to send money and your clippings.
I'm going to see the agents. I've been rehearsing. It's all in a man's time.
You got the sack in Cuba, and you stayed in your hotel room for 2 days before telling us.
What about Detroit?
So?
This is Detroit all over again. This is the big one. Hang on.
He gets a tuxedo from the closet.
Last time I wore this, you were 18 years old. Say, how many kids came from your school? 100, 150, 200? It should be. I even cleaned up my act for you that night, didn't I? Of course I did.
He was on stage, waving his arms, speaking about his return to show business, and he was smiling as if the room was filled with adoring fans. Dad, I'm tired.
Then go to bed. We'll talk in the morning. Night, son. I got to rehearse. Ooh. Pardon me, madam. May I have this dance? Ooh, no. Say, didn't I see you last night on the Twilight Zone? Lulabelle, it's you. I didn't recognize you standing up. Oh, darling, never mind that. The rumba? Yes. Well, take a rumba from 1 to 10. Oh, never mind that. It takes 2 to tango.
Tom, it's been 10 years.
All I need is one shot. A TV commercial. A tour out of town.
You're dreaming. I'll find you crying in the basement. Let Bob get your job back.
I don't want no favors.
The boy means well.
He's not a boy, he's a man. I'll call Bornstein tomorrow. He owes me, I'll get a booking.
Bornstein called last night.
What?
After you left for work.
When? Why didn't you tell me? What did he say?
I didn't have to. I could have pretended it never happened.
You have no right to tell me. You have no right not to tell me. Tell me. What did he say?
He needs a clown.
All right. Go on. All of it.
He needs a clown to open a new store. You'll hand out food coupons to the customers.
Secretary, Ma, he's just a guy with tights.
That's something new. A male secretary. You know, I saw a movie once with Rosalind Russell. Funny as hell. She played a lady executive, and this actor played her male secretary. What was his name?
Eric Page.
Yeah, that's the actor. Whatever happened to him?
He's dead.
Are you sure?
Don't you remember anything?
Don't you play cards?
I do, but not tonight,
Yeah,
Dad.
from time to time you do?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Ellen, get the voice. Ooh, he looks skinny. Say, Paul, do you remember Paul Mars?
Who's that?
Are you kidding me? Paul Mars, he's a writer, just like you, a comedy writer. He wrote some of the funniest material ever written. He wrote an army sketch that Jack Benny stole, and all of the actors know.
Just don't start up, Dad.
Oh, here it goes. It goes like this. Sergeant comes in and goes, "Hey, you, fatso! Shoulders back! Feet together! Shoulders back!" But, sir! Ah! And then this sexy broad comes walking in and she says, and the broad says, when the duck comes down, say the secret line.
Tommy, that was Groucho. You know, the duck flies down, remember?
You're right. Is this a mother or is this a mother? Hey, where you go?
Oh, this is where I exit.
No, I'm not finishing. So this broad comes back in and she says,
Dad, look, that's enough. Some other time.
Wait, I remember the punchline. This broad walks in and she says, my
limo, please.
That's it!
Christ, don't you understand? I don't have time to sit around here listening to your old jokes written by Paul Mars, whoever the hell he was. And radio died. And it was replaced by television, a technical entertainment device designed to fool the audience. They can in the laughter, and they sure as hell never heard of Paul Mars, the Brass Rail, the Lincoln Theater. It all happened 1,000 years ago. You were 1,000 years ago.
old jokes? Ellen, does your horoscope predict that?
Tom, please don't say another word.
a cup of coffee that you didn't touch and you probably didn't want. We asked you to eat something you refused. What? Is the silverware too dirty for the famous author? You call yourself a writer?
No. I am a writer.
Well, I'm an actor. And when I'm not on stage, I entertain my family. And they don't walk out in the middle of a performance.
No, not until now.
Hey, Big Shot! What have you written, huh? I ain't never seen anything with your name on it. You show me something with your name on it, then I'll know you're a writer.
Here, read for yourself.
What the hell are you doing?
You want to know who I am? Here, read. Read it all. He finally wants to know who I am.
Stop, you'll ruin everything. Sit there, not a word, not another word.
Funny stuff. Funny. Where did you get this material?
Well, I stole some of your old show business stories, a few of your jokes. It's all in there.
Well, I only steal from the best, so it's only natural that you should steal from me. Keep the family tradition going. Go? Where are you going?
This is what I should have done 10 years ago. You promised it was over. You were giving it up. I won't keep taking handouts from Bob. I won't let you drag me through your love affair with the theater. Every time you fail, Tommy, it's months waiting for you to come out of your room, to get dressed or shaved. Months of living alone while you sulk and cry over your fallen star.
Oh, different. This big food chain opens on Wilmette on the North Shore. Oh, Bornstein's got some great ideas.
Did he guarantee it?
I ride around in a helicopter, see, in my clown suit, and I pass out flyers. The crowd will go wild. That sounds good, Eleanor.
Did he guarantee it? Did you sign our contract?
No, but I can't miss. Bornstein's got some great ideas. He owes me.
Yes, I remember you crying in the basement.
Ellen, listen, baby, it's going to be fine, not like the old days. Come on, Ellie. Don't you see it in the stars?
You'll never change. You want me to tell you it's okay. Well, it ain't. It never was. The stars lie.
Don't talk like that. You said something good was coming. You believe in me, don't you?
Once.
You said I was special. You said my star was on the rise.
Tommy, it wasn't real. Just a full game to keep us going. Something to give us hope. Did you expect me to make it all better?
I expected something.
It was a dream, that's all. I stopped believing your dream a long time ago. I won't pick up the pieces anymore.
Have it your way.
Let me talk to him, Mom. Dad, listen to me. Get your ass up here right now. If you don't come up, I'll call the fire department like the last time you pulled this stunt. Is that what you want, huh? The whole neighborhood will know.
Bob, don't talk to your father that way.
5 years ago, he was down there for 3 days. Did you hear what I said?
Tom, I'm sorry.
I can take the hinges off the goddamn door.
No, Bob, I'll work it out. Leave us alone.
If you need me, tell Dad I'm sorry.
Yes, son. Tommy, we're alone now. I'm frightened. I don't want you to get hurt. Remember all the times you begged for work? I almost went to the agents myself. I know you want to be an actor, and we all know you're talented. Next time I open my big mouth, take off your shoe and stick it right in. Do you hear? Stick it in my big mouth, and then maybe I'll get the idea. And, Tommy, please come out. Ah!
Ellie, will you help me? Help me rehearse. It's been a long time since I've been a real funny man.
Hey, you stupid bozo. The customers are supposed to be inside shopping.
Are you Hitler?
You making fun of me?
Oh, Bornstein, you should try tap dancing. It's a great sport.
Hold still, you son of a bitch.
He has to be in court tomorrow morning for the hearing.
Tommy, what happened to your eye?
Bornstein slugged me.
But why?
Hey, Mom, the judge knew Dad.
I don't know why he slugged me.
Did you hand out the coupons?
Sure, I did just like he told me. But I ran out of coupons. I ran out of flyers, so I started entertaining the kids, started talking to people, well, mostly to their little kids, and they laughed. Oh, I was making the kids laugh. I felt so special. The crowd was laughing. It felt good. I felt alive that night. You know, it seemed like the right thing to do. Oh, Ellie, I felt like somebody today.
But your eye, what happened?
He called me a dummy. He said I was stopping the customers from going into the store. I'm not a dummy, Ellie.
No, of course not.
So I slugged him. He hit me back. The police came. I was winning, Ellie.
Bob, bring me some ice. Otherwise, you feel okay?
You should have seen Bornstein's face.
He got just what he deserved.
Ah.
I'm glad. Good for you.
No, I never should have hit him.
Damn it, Tom. I'd have done the same. So would your son.
Yeah, Bornstein's a creep, Dad. You did the right thing. You heard the judge. He was on your side the whole time.
He kept trying to grab me. I kept running in circles. The kids were screaming and laughing. They thought it was a comedy routine. Bornstein went crazy. The crowd went wild. And then he got vulgar right in front of the little children. Oh, I couldn't stand that. But then this little kid comes up and kicks him in the knee.
Yeah, then what?
Well, I says to myself, enough is enough. I goes over to give him a hand up, and then he jumps me. And that's when the police are on.
What you should have done is gotten him in a half Nelson, give him a lift to the kidneys.
Oh, like this. Ooh, put him up, put him up. Oh, my son, the writer, you never told me you could write funny stories.
Never asked.
It just seems like old times. Oh, Ellie, the three of us, like old times. 1,000 years ago. You were...
A kid?
Yeah, you were a small kid. We had some good times, the three of us together, right, Mother?
Remember the time Bob fell asleep in the prop room?
Sure I do.
Mickey, the stage manager, carried you to the wings. You almost missed your cue.
Almost. Your voice changed that year, and your mother had to cut your curls.
The manager thought you were a girl. Boy, was he surprised.
Yeah, I remember. God, that was embarrassing. How old was I?
6?
He was 8, the darling of the entire company. Do you remember?
Sure I do. You brought me on for the closing number. I was the crowd pleaser. You grabbed me from the wings, Dad. You hoisted me up on top of your shoulders. You made me a tuxedo, man. I wore a bow tie that glowed in the dark. The spotlight was on me, and the crazy top hat you made me wear was wrapped in the American flag. You carried me right into the audience, and you kept yelling, "Wave your hat, Bobby! Wave your hat!" You marched right down the aisle. I mean, children followed us into the lobby. The manager, he gave everyone free candy bars, so of course I stuff my pockets too. And when everyone was back in their seat, I'd sneak out and sit in the back to watch the feature film like any other kid. Of course, I remember. Mom was right about me. I finally left my job, even got married. But it'd be several years before I got published. When I finally showed Dad my first book, it was too late for him. He went back to work, sweeping floors for a while. From time to time, he'd dig out the clown suit and visit the children's hospital. He'd blow up balloons, juggle oranges, take a pratfall, and hoof down the corridor. And for the first time in many years, he was making people laugh again. Then one day, he turned to a nurse and asked, "Where am I?" She thought it was part of his act. Little by little, he'd start, then stop. He'd say, "Who am I?" He'd forget his name or get lost driving home. Mom found him wandering the streets one night. They still played cards, though. He'd smile, he'd cry. It all fits now. He just kept revisiting those same old routines.
This man goes to the top of the
Top of the Empire State Building, Tommy. Not to worry. I'm going to write down all your jokes one evening. Won't that be fun? Play that card, honey. Yes, that one.
The lasting puzzlement overtook him. He died of Alzheimer's disease alone in the middle of the night. A faceless voice from the nursing home called to say he was dead. I still remember Mom's voice.
What a cruel thing to tell me.
That icy winter morning, she crawled under her blankets and she stayed there for 3 days. That is, until I insisted that she get up and bury him.
Bob, did you hear me? Your father's gone.
Daddy, look, I found Mickey says I can take her home.
Well, the show must go on. Sure, honey. You got it. Wave your hat, Sarah. Wave your hat.
Pay attention. It's your turn to...
Uh-huh.
That's right. Go ahead.
How many?
Just one. Funny man.